for us to just kind of look at this process of attunement that we do each week so that you can, in your mind, sort of understand the process in a structured way. And then that way, if you wish to, you know, implement it into your own life, you've got a little bit of a format there. And many of you will just be like, oh yeah, I know how to do that. But sometimes it's nice just to bring it to the forefront of your thoughts. So the first thing that we really need to do when we start to come into our practice is we want to address the mind. And so we'll move into the practice in a moment, but it's just this process of, first of all, like, okay, what am I aware of in this moment? What is my present state? But also doing that from a place of non-judgment to the self, okay? Accepting that in our human form, we always have, you know, we're dealing with life. So don't be hard on yourself if you haven't showed up for yourself, for example, the way that you wanted to. And so don't be hard on yourself. Just really try to become aware of what is in your current state, and then set the intention. The next step is, okay, I want to harmonize that. I want to bring myself back into resonance. And then we take action and we move through the physical practice to bring the body into alignment. So that's the sort of the basic structure, okay? So let's just take a moment in whatever position you're in, and we'll begin with our inner noticing practice. So you can sit on the floor, you can sit on a chair, a prop, whatever works for you. And you might like to bring your hand to your heart. And if it's comfortable for you, close down your eyes. If not, just take a soft gaze to the ground. And just start to notice, where is your mind at? Acknowledging that the mind at any given time can be in a number of different states. It can feel fairly still and focused and relaxed. But if something has, if our nervous system has become a little bit frazzled or rattled by an experience, it can send the mind into a little bit of overdrive. So just observing, is any of that present for you? You might even want to, like a really common term could even be just what dramas are playing out for you, if any, in your life. What stories? And is your mind sort of grabbing onto those? Is it consuming you a little bit? And of course, the opposite end to that spectrum is sometimes we can just have a lackluster feeling in the mind. There's like a dullness. It's almost like a tiredness, or no, there's not really any motivation. There's nothing to stimulate. You're actually finding it hard to sort of find some drive, some juice. And with a sense of loving acceptance, just tuning into what is present for you right now. And then take a moment to observe the energy that you feel within your field, within your body. You might first of all feel like an emotional, energetic signature. You might even just be able to simplify it into, do I feel like I'm in a positive, expansive state of energy, or do I feel like I'm in a contracting state of energy? Perhaps it's somewhere in the middle. And then finally, tuning into your physical body. Just acknowledge it's at the end of the day. Where have you had to sort of place your physical energy today? Do you feel a sense of repetitive strain anywhere in your body? Or do you feel tiredness, tension? Even just noticing, once again, if there's that sense of dullness or restlessness in the physical. And this complete process of inner noticing also acts as a way to start to draw the mind into the center. And then take a moment just to kind of forget about your body as such. Be aware of yourself, but be aware of yourself sitting in the space that you're in. And try and extend, just in your mind's eye, your field of awareness, so that you tune in and you're completely aware of everything that is happening within your field. So that you're feeling like you're present within the environment that you're in, and you're aware of what the distractions are, you're at ease with those distractions. You might even be able to extend the listening as far as you can to really take in all of the little background noises, and just, reassure yourself that you're in a safe place to do this practice. And then, having said all of that, take a moment just to reflect. What can I do for myself right now to restore harmony to my being? What is it that's what's needed? What can we tend to in this practice? And it's just a matter of setting an intention and allowing that intention to, again, fill up the field of your awareness as you move through this practice, through the action of this practice. It might be something really simple, like just, bringing my body back into complete relaxation. Defragging my mind from the day, whatever resonates for you. All right, so when you're ready, let's just we're going to take one hand onto the belly, and we can place a hand on the heart. We're just going to move into some breath work. So you can do this practice with your eyes closed or open, whatever feels right for you. And just start just breathing deeply. So try and extend into the belly as you breathe in. And then as you exhale, softening the body with the exhale breath. And then contracting the belly back to the spine. Good. So just keep breathing through that, breathing in and expand. Just focusing first on the belly. And then exhale and contract. We can do breathing in through the nose. And then out through the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. We'll do 2 more. Now we're going to move into a little bit more of a structured breath. So we're going to go belly, chest, and then exhale. So breathing into the belly, breathing into the chest, exhale. You can exhale through the mouth if you like, still. Breathing into the belly, chest, exhale. So as we breathe into the belly, we get that expanding outwards of our belly, really allow the belly to fill up like a balloon. And then as we take that second part of the breath in, it's a lengthening and a lifting of the chest. And then exhale. Breathing in to the belly, into the chest. Exhale. Belly, chest, exhale. Belly, chest, exhale. Belly, chest, exhale. Just do 1 more of those. Take a little pause, bring your hands to your knees and just, or to your lap. Just notice how your body feels, just from doing a few simple breaths and a little bit of mental awareness. We'll move into some stretching. So even as we stretch our body, just really developing this art of being able to feel what's present for in each of our limbs, our joints, noticing, oh, is there a little bit of, restriction and tightness in the shoulders? Maybe you're feeling it across the tops of the shoulders. I'm feeling it in my thighs. At the moment, I can really feel it just going straight down each of the thighs. Okay. And so just notice what is present for you. And that can be a really nice guide just to stretch and move into the body. And remembering as we complete this practice, what makes it yoga is moving through any action. And it doesn't matter what it is. It could be a walk in the forest. Whenever we have that trinity of the mind with the body and the spirit or the breath, whenever we combine those 3 things together, this is when we're bringing everything back into resonance. So we're going to move through our stretch practice now, posture practice, to help bring some alignment back into the physical body. All right, so you can stay in your seated position and we'll just work with a few side stretches first. So just having your hands sort of resting on your lap here. We're going to start with a nice big breath and just reaching through a nice big circle up to the sky. Feeling that length through the body. And then now let's exhale over to one side. So you'll need to anchor in through your sit bones here as you do this. Good. And then breathing in back up. And then exhale to the other side. Breathing in. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Let's do it again. Good. Coming back up to the center and then exhale. Reaching through the fingers there, all the way down. Let's bring our hands behind. So if you are sitting on a chair, you might need to swivel sideways so you've got some space behind you. Okay, big breath in, press into the sit bones, long spine, and then exhale, leaning forward. And then inhale back up. We'll do it 2 more times. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. And then just release your hands back to your lap. So you might even just want to have a nice little jiggle or make some circles through your shoulders now. You can even place your hands on your shoulders, make circles with your elbows. And of course, just moving your shoulders as much as you need to feel that nice sense of release. And then change directions. Making any little modifications necessary if you've got injury. Just letting the body guide you where it wants to go. Good. All right, let's release our arms. Just take a little pause there and bring your mental attention down to the shoulder joints and just notice what feeling is present in that space. You might even be able to gauge this sense that the energy is flowing a little bit more through the shoulders and down into the arms. All right, so let's work with our eagle arms now. This is a beautiful practice for opening up the space just in between, at the back of the heart. And just really helping to release that upper back. So just starting with your right arm, just bring it out in front. And then place your left arm underneath. Now, some of you will be able to bring both of your hands up together so that you grab a hold of your thumb. If that feels too much, just like you're going to give yourself a hug, whichever version works. Okay. Now, lift your elbows up. And then some of you might stay here, or if you've got your arms out, you might, if you want to go a little deeper, draw the arms away from your face. And you find a nice stretch there. Now from here, we can go up and down with our breath. So nice big breath. Breathing in, and then exhale, bring yourself down into a little fold. Good. Breathing in. I'm just switching between the 2 modifications of the practice. So if you've got your full eagle arms, just leave them as is. And just keep breathing through it. We'll just do 3 on each side. Good. And then once you've completed that, come back to the starting position and release. Good. So now we'll do the other side. Left arm first, right arm underneath, and choose whichever option you're working with today. And then lift the elbows as much as you can. And if you've got arms, hands up to the sky, draw the wrists away from your face. Take a breath in. And then exhale, little fold. Elbows come in towards your belly. Good. Breathing in. Exhale. As you breathe in, try and lift the elbows up a little bit higher. You might need to arch the back and look up. And exhale. Good. And then come back to the middle and release. Give it a little bit of a shake. Oof. Really nice just to help release the upper body. Let's work with our neck now. So we're going to do a little bit of facial massage here. I find this is a really nice way just to help release tension, starting with our jaw. So you can use like the three fingers or just your index finger, whatever works. Just making circles around that place where the jaw hinge is. And often if we sort of clamp our teeth closed, especially if we've got a little bit of tension in our lives, this can be a place that we unconsciously clench, and then it can go down into our neck. So just I think it's the scalenes that run from that jaw hinge down the sides of the throat towards your collarbones. And then just on the sides of the neck, sort of underneath the earlobes. It's a little bit of a depression in each side of the neck. See if you can just massage in there with your fingertips. And then running your thumbs along and have your index finger on the face part of the jawline, but have your thumbs underneath and just bringing it forward a few times until you get to underneath the chin and just massaging in under there. Good. And then bring your fingertips now to your temples. I press fairly firmly when I do this. You just do what feels good for you. And then to the center in front of the third eye, sort of running up and down the center of the forehead. And then bring each of your 8 fingers, 4 on each side, to the center of your forehead and sweeping back. But the pinky finger runs along your eyebrows. And then take it to the top of your head as if you're trying to bring some awareness to the 2 hemispheres of your brain. A little bit of a head massage there, sort of pulling it out from the center, all the way around to the back. If you prefer to do a little littler movements, you can. And then cup your ears as well with each of your fingers and just pressing firmly in there, around there, just to massage. And then the final is just bringing them together at the back of your neck and pulling down towards your collarbones. Little shoulder massage. Such a nice way just to release any tension in this part of the body. Good. So let's now just rest the arms. I'm going to squeeze up, shoulders up to our ears. And I want you to hold. Keep breathing, but just holding it. Like so that you feel a little bit of a tremble, like trembling of the muscles. And then release. Let those shoulders drop back down. We'll do 2 more times. Breathing in, holding and squeezing the muscles, but just keep breathing with it. And then as you exhale, release. 1 more. If you feel comfortable holding the breath in, you can, but I wouldn't recommend it if you've got like blood pressure challenges. And then release. Beautiful. All right. We're going to come onto our knees. Now, if you're using a chair, so for those of you, if you're on the floor, you might want to grab, if your knees need it, grab. Now, if you're using a chair, I'm just going to demonstrate, just do the practice like this, leaning over the chair. So just coming into this position, just doing some cat and cows. So bending and flexing the spine, so looking forward as we breathe in. And then exhale. Breathing in, looking forward. Exhale, round the back. Really push through your hands to open up the space between your shoulders. Breathing in. And exhale. Squeeze that tummy up to the spine. Breathing in. Exhale. Do 2 more. Good. And then coming back to neutral. All right, let's lean. If you're just on the floor here, so lean back onto your feet. Now you can keep your hands forward if you need to. A nice little stretch through the feet. If you're on a chair, just sort of stretch backwards like this, maybe raising the heel. Just to sort of get into the sole of the foot a little bit, just stretching. Good. All right. And then once you've done that, if you're on the chair, you'll need to swap feet. Make sure you do both. And then let's make our way into a standing forward fold. So just lifting the bottom up to the sky. And you're just going to grab a hold of your elbows here, have a little tiny bend through your knees, and just let your head drop down. And just let your body fold forward, just in a way that feels comfortable for you. Now, again, you could do this practice seated on the chair as well if you need a little bit of support. And really, they call it waterfall pose because if you visualize your pelvis tilting all the way forward so that everything spills out of it, if that makes sense, like a waterfall. And we can really tune into the weight of our head, and we can use that to try and help get a little bit of traction and find some space through our spine. This nice gentle breaths. And just, if you like, you can release your hands. Maybe even just a little shake side to side. And then when you're ready, just slowly squeeze your tummy into your spine as you roll yourself up now to standing. Beautiful. So come to your mountain pose standing. If you're comfortable, close your eyes. Just notice how the body feels. Notice where you feel the weight of your body through each of your feet. And I'd observe if it feels like it's aligned to the center or if you're taking a bit more weight on either side or at the front or the back. So with that, once you're aware of that, just you might even want to put your hands on your hips. And we're just gonna, let's do side to side first. So that the hips move with it. So it's really gentle, but it's really tuning in and being super aware with our mind, focusing on our breath, our movement. Just noticing that weight shift from side to side, and also notice that very quick transition when it's on both feet. Even just with this side to side movement. Good. All right, and then let's come back to our middle and just lean forward so we take the weight through the toes, and then shift backwards so we take it onto our heels. Do that a couple of times. Good. All right. And then coming back to the middle. All right, so we're going to just work with a little thigh stretch first. So if you want to use a wall for a little bit of stability, you're more than welcome, or the back of your chair. So it's a really nice simple one. Just grab hold of one foot. Now, I should have actually probably prepared you a little bit. If you can't reach a strap or a tie or a towel can help, like because you can sort of put your foot in there. And then just try and draw the heel as close in as you need to so that you feel that thigh stretch. And sometimes we end up with one leg out here like that. And because we're closing this space here, you might not get as much of a stretch. So just draw it back. Even a little bit further back if you need a bit more. And then when you're ready, release, we'll swap sides. Good, and then just release that one. So we're going to step forward into our warrior posture. So I encourage you to find the stance here, remembering that if you take your legs wider apart, it gives you more stability, and you can challenge yourself if you bring them a little bit more onto a straight line. But whichever way, I don't necessarily do it like that. I actually just like my hips to feel like they're really nice and steady. So I just got to adjust my view so I can watch the time. Just realized. Right. So have right foot forward or either foot, doesn't matter. Find your warrior position, bend in the front knee. And notice if the body is leaning forward, and then just feel the pelvis sort of lengthening through the back and just slowly lifting the heart up, lengthening the space down the front of the body. If you're not feeling much of a stretch through the hip flexor here, you might need to take your back leg back a little bit. Okay, so fine, we want to get a bit of a stretch here. And if you're sitting on a chair, you could have this leg under the chair, or you could be just holding onto the back of the chair. All right, let's sweep our hands up. So breathing in. And we might do it therapeutically. So come down to your cactus arms as you exhale. And then inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Do one more. And release. Good. All right, let's swap our legs. So tuning in, feeling the pelvis, feeling the support structure that you've got in place here through this lower pelvic area. So some women throw forward and let everything kind of like the waterfall pose, okay? Tuck it in so that we feel strong. And then when you feel ready, breathing in and exhale. We'll do one more. Good. And then when you're ready, step back to the front. So we're going to do a couple of forward folds, standing forward folds. So a comfortable position, bringing hands to the chest. A nice big circle, little bend through the knees as you raise the arms up. And then bend your knees as you kind of duck dive or reverse fold down. Use your bent knees to push away from with your arms. So really push so that we extend through the spine, come to halfway. And then exhale, you can straighten into your legs here if you like. Drop the head down, standing forward fold. And then bend them to roll back up on a little exhale. And then inhale, big circle. and exhale. And again, breathing in. Exhale to fold. Inhale, push away, extend the spine. Exhale, drop back down, and we keep exhaling here then as we sort of sweep ourselves back up, rolling. So we stack up to the hips and then we breathe in, arms to the sky. Exhale. Let's do it one more time, breathing in. Exhale. Inhale, push away. Exhale, drop the head down. Roll yourself up, squeezing that belly in. And then inhale, big circle, arms to the sky. Exhale, back to the heart. Good. Final standing practice. There's some little twists. Let's actually do it just a nice, easy, flowing twist first. And then we're going to do slowly slow it down, bring hands back. Good. All right. So we're going to do the Kundalini wind breath. So this is a nice activating practice for the heart center. So you can do it either seated or standing. And it's just to demonstrate quickly. It doesn't matter which side you start with. It's breathe in, breathe out. But the breath out as you turn, belly back to the spine, and it's quite powerful. So it's like, I sometimes do it through the mouth, like with a, but you can also do it through the nose. All right, so let's do it together. Count for 10 of them. Inhale. Good. Take one more breath. Exhale. Just release. Now, if you get that little bit of a flood of energy up to the brain, that's okay. Just nice big breath in. Exhale, release. We'll do the other side. Hands back to the shoulders. This time, breathing into the opposite. Feel that tummy pulling back to the spine every time you exhale and twist. Good. And just finishing up. And come back to the middle. Nice big breath in. And exhale. I might actually just do one more standing practice because I feel like the feet need it. Let's actually just come up onto our tippy toes. Now, again, if you're on a chair, you can, I don't know how stable this thing is, you can do it like this. Just coming up onto the tippy toes, really press. As you come up onto your heels, your ankles might get a little bit wobbly, which is normal. Okay, but I want you to try and find, funny, can't do it when I don't. I want you to try and press your heels back up towards your calves so that you feel your calves activate. And then just slowly lower back down. Let's do it with our arms now. So breathing in. And then exhale, palms to the ground. Slowly lowering the heels. Let's do it again, breathing in. Exhale. Good. All right. And then we're going to come back down to the floor. So comfortable seated position. We're just going to do one more little practice just for our hip joints. So if you're sitting on a chair, just bring your legs into the wide-legged position, feet on the ground, obviously. And then for us that are sitting on the floor, just cross legs is fine. And, or you could have your legs out like this in a big angle. I might actually do it like that. And we're going to, first of all, bring the elbow down to one knee. Excuse me, I just got to get a drink. So down to, and then we're going to bring the opposite. So use this one to support your head. Try and extend through your spine. So nice and long, like almost like you're trying to reach through the crown of your head, okay? And then bring the opposite hand to this shoulder, okay? So the first part of the pose is kind of looking and trying to aim your heart down in the direction towards your knee, which will be hard, okay? Start with an exhale breath here, squeeze tummy back into the spine. And then as you inhale, I want you to unfurl your arm to open up to the sky, just out like this. It's like a nice little twist. And then exhale back in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do one more. Good. Come back up to the middle, swap sides. So you might even find just gripping your shoulder works or your head, whichever one works. Bring that arm across. Squeeze the belly, exhale, and inhale, open. And then when you've done 5 there, just coming back to the middle. Beautiful. All right. So we're going to complete our practice now with a little meditation. So we've got about 15 minutes left. You are welcome to stay in a seated posture, which I would encourage if you feel that you've got the strength to sort of stay in a nice upright posture. If you prefer to lay down on the ground, you're more than welcome to do that as well. So I invite you, as each one of us sort of settle into the posture that we choose here, just begin your own practice of inner noticing. Just after doing the sort of more actionable part, physical part of the practice, just notice, check in again, what feels present for you, what's changed since you began. How does your body feel? How's your mind? And just making any little adjustments that you might need to make to feel comfortable. So in whichever posture you're in, the number one thing is we want our spine to be nice and long. So if you're lying on the ground, it's obviously a lot easier to do that. Just make sure your body feels like it's nicely aligned, like hips and shoulders. And you could either have your knees bent or you could just extend them out. And then if you're on a chair, you really want to be able to keep actively pushing down into your sit bones so that you extend and lengthen up through your spine. All right. Hopefully. Now, I'm sitting on just a thin folded blanket so that my sit bones are just a little bit more raised up off the ground. And when you feel ready, just coming into a little bit more stillness in your being. I'll just speak into our meditation practice as everyone is settling in. So on this theme of vibratory energy, of vibration and frequency, I thought it could be good to go on a little journey through the ways that we attune to a vibration and treat the meditation almost like a little bit of an audit. It's an awareness type meditation. And so I want you to start to bring your awareness now. You can have your eyes closed, so it's all internal looking. Noticing the inner screen of your mind. And I want you to visualize your eyes, and behind your eyes, where the optic nerves, they cross over. And at that juncture point, just below there is your pituitary gland. And I want you to, it's like a tiny, tiny little, I think it's about possibly the size of a pea. And I want you, and it's actually also another point of reference for that is if you slide your tongue all the way back to the soft palate and press upwards, that kind of gives you an idea of roughly where it is located upwards of there, somewhere in that little region. And I want you to try and take your awareness to that space and just tuning into the pituitary gland, knowing it's our master gland and it's that which initiates the chemical response in our body. And then we're going to go back in a little deeper, right into the center of our brain. And I want you to visualize another tiny little gland, the pineal gland, which I'm sure you've all heard of. A little crystalline gland that is said to be like a radio transmitting beacon, our signaling device. And this is the one in which we transmit and receive. And I want you to just fathom that for a moment, just in awareness of these two glands within your structure, within your being, transmitting and receiving, and then responding to allow the vessel, the human body, to respond to what is present. And knowing that those responses are vibratory responses. And just bringing a little bit of awareness to the ways in which we broadcast. So we're going to go through 7 different responses, or 7 different ways. Just allowing the body to be relaxed and using the visualization journey and the inner exploration as your central point of focus. And every aspect that we look at here has both the lens of the positive and the lens of the negative, and in a loving way, knowing that both aspects in the long run will benefit us, even the negative. Those are our experiences that teach us. So I want you to just tune your mind into your focus, into your thoughts. And ask yourself, what thoughts have been filling up the space of your mind over the last few days? Knowing that each and every one of our thoughts get transmitted, but loop back to us. They return to their origin. Being aware, have those thoughts been positive, negative, a combination? Have you noticed how they might have come back to you like a mirror? In what ways can we take care of the quality of our thoughts? And again, having acceptance for even those negative ones, because they provide us with an opportunity to explore what resistances, what we have, what blocks, what lessons are needed. So notice being aware of the vibratory resonance of thought. And then I want you to take your awareness now to the company that surrounds you, the people. Who do you surround yourself with? And even if you need to place your hands on your heart and feel into this with a sense of openness and love. How does this reflect back to you? How does your own energetic frequency respond to the company that you keep? And then take your awareness now to music and sound. What is it that you listen to? What are you attracted to? Do you find yourself making sound with your voice? What would it take for you to invite a little bit of vocal activation to soothe your mind and your body and your spirit? And then bring your awareness to programs. Or we could think of these as like the channels of receivership. What do we allow ourselves to receive? So it might be like a TV show. It might be education. Any sort of program that instills a frequency and an idea on our being, and how does that serve us? Does that create the inner vibratory frequency that we wish or we desire? And then bring your attention to your environment or your atmosphere. Does the space that you're in, does it support you in a way that's nourishing? Does it help your mind to feel clear? How does your environment mirror back to you? Aspects to your own resonance. And then tune into words. What words have you spoken? How have they created a certain frequency within you? How do they feel? Again, not being harsh on ourselves. No one is perfect. Just looking at it from a place of love and understanding. And then the final one is gratitude. So if you haven't already, just bringing your hands to your heart. And just tuning into the energy of gratitude and just perhaps running a little audit of some of the blessings that surround you at the moment. What connections do you have? What people are around you that support you and nourish you? What opportunities lie in front of you? What have you achieved? What do you have gratitude for about yourself? And arriving right here, right now in this space. And if you're ready, you can slowly just bring your hands together. Just keep your eyes closed for a moment longer, just as you rub palms. Create some heat. And then just place them over your eyes. And then just slowly, just let the hands move away, just sweeping down your arms. And if you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes. Let's actually just bring hands together. We'll close off the practice. Bring them up to the forehead. If you are lying down, you can also do this practice on your back and just take your attention to each of these places if you don't want to take your hands there. So just bring your awareness to your forehead, to the third eye, the sixth energy center. May we have clarity in our perception. Maybe have an awareness of what we transmit and what we receive. Maybe have an embodiment of understanding the filters in which we see the world. And the peeling back of the layers to see clearly. And then bring your hands to your throat. May we be able to tune into our own internal resonant frequency and find a sense of ease to express ourselves with clarity. And then bring your hands to your heart. May we be able to access the multi-dimensional aspect of our heart. May we be able to tune into gratitude in each and every moment as much as possible. And we maybe be able to find joy, peace, And may we be able to have the courage to face the contracting feelings.